folks, welcome to DDC Studios. This is DDC Studios owner and publisher David Hayner, and today's video is something, like always, I feel is very important, especially for folks looking at getting into making mini comics and also those that are just getting started, and that's finding your voice in mini comics. Now you might be asking, what the heck does that mean? Quite simply put, if you really start reading a lot of comics, especially in the world of mini comics, each creator you actually has their own, I guess you'd say, feel to their mini comics, and that's kind of also referred to as their voice. The way they draw, the way they write. A lot of people will also refer to it as their style. I try not to use that word too terribly much because I believe it was Jack Kirby that said all style is everything that you do wrong. Because if you did absolutely everything right, it would essentially look like a photograph. So no matter who you are when you're making mini comics as an artist, you are going to have your own style. And that style is actually going to evolve over the years. But your voice is something that once you kind of formulate, that's almost your identity when it comes to making comics. No matter how much your style may change, your voice is pretty much going to stay the same. And a lot of especially newer creators will talk to me trying to kind of force that creative voice to come through in their work, and I'm here to tell you it's going to take quite a few comics to really kind of solidify your identity or your creative voice, and with a lot of things there is going to be some trial and error. Now, with that said, pretty much from day one, you're going to be able to kind of take those baby steps towards finding your creative voice. That being the style of comics that's going to suit you the best. Here at DDC Studios, we experimented with a lot of different comics. We've released dozens of comics, but there's dozens upon dozens of others that have never and probably will never see the light of day, just because I was not happy with their execution. Experimenting with things that you maybe have never seen us produce, like horror-based comics, romance comics, things of that nature. We pretty much found that our groove or our creative voice really kind of falls into the vein of three different types of comics, and they all can kind of actually overlap. Your slice of life type comics, humorous strips, and also golden age feeling type superheroes. They may be like the domain may be drawn in a semi-modern sensibility, but it still has a golden age and silver age feel to it. What I like to call old school storytelling. And those are the three main genres, if you will, that we found really works out best for the kind of books that we like to put out, and that our readers also enjoy. So it's kind of a win-win situation. They're the books we like to make, they're the books readers like to read. So, you can't go wrong there. But with that said, it did require a lot of trial and error to hit that creative voice. Because to be perfectly honest with you, the first issue of Dillard even is vastly different to the 8th and then the 9th issue of Dillard, and then of course our big blowout comic, All Out War, that's going to take place, kind of wrap up this first Dillard storyline. That especially is going to be vastly different than that very first issue of Dillard, our very first mini comic we put out. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, as a newer creator, do not be impatient with finding that creative voice. Play around a little bit. see what you actually enjoy doing. I know the vast majority of you may have this certain story in your head that you are just dying to tell, or a certain type of comic that you're just dying to make. Go ahead, give it a try. But if it's not working out, don't be afraid to set it aside and try something different. Because you will be very, very disappointed in the production of your comic if you kind of force it. That's a piece of advice I give to absolutely everybody that asks me for help when it comes to making some of their first mini comics is, man, you cannot force the muse. I've had a few mentors that kind of imparted that on me, so I'm passing it on to all of you. You can't force the muse. As an artist and a writer, just a creator, you need to kind of go where the muse takes you. And by doing so, you will basically happen upon that creative voice, upon that creative identity. And once that happens, you're going to see your audience really start to solidify. You're going to see a lot of return readers, especially if you listen to our earlier video from just a few days ago about the importance of a regular release schedule. You team these two things together and you will see a lot of the same names coming through on your order page over and over and over again, because they are able to relate to that creative voice that you've developed, and they're anticipating the next release of that mini comic because they know, hey, for instance, the domain, it's coming out every 2 months. We're coming on the first of the month. It didn't come out last month, so I know it's coming out here in like the next week. Awesome. And that's going to be extremely gratifying. I'm experiencing it myself, so I can tell you definitively, as a mini comic creator, it is extremely, extremely gratifying talking and interacting with these repeat customers, these honest to goodness fans. And that's why it's kind of important to really develop that creative voice. So your books, even though they may be in different genres, will still have a consistency to them that is unique unto you, whatever that may be. So this one's kind of a short video, but like I said, I believe it's kind of important, especially with the conversations I've been having with a lot of the newer creators. So anyway, as always, thanks for listening to me jabber on about mini comics like we do 3 days a week, every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Please subscribe. Don't forget to ring that bell for notifications, and definitely leave us a comment down below, as both Dylan and I absolutely love getting any and all feedback that we can get to help improve this channel. And if you also check that description down below, you'll see the link to our Webstore where you can pick up every single currently in print mini comic put out by us here at DDC Studios, along with some original art, and you can also commission a sketch card of any character you so choose. And just below that's the link to our t-shirt store, where we currently have 3 different types of t-shirts. You can get your official DDC Studios t-shirt in your choice of black or white, a domain official domain logo t-shirt available in black, and a Black Owl emblem t-shirt that comes in gray, so you can actually cosplay with DDC Studios Forgotten Golden Age hero, the Black Owl, if you want to. And you can also follow us on Twitter and Instagram, and with the links also in the description. And as always, please feel free to share this video on your social media, as just like mini comics, we are really relying on word of mouth to help this channel grow. So as always, once again, thanks again for listening to us. We're going to have another video up for you here in just a couple more days. Bye.